I feel this flip-flopping energy where you're just like, on the one hand, I really want a long established relationship, but on the other hand, I don't really want to handle the commitment of seeing somebody exclusively, or being reliant upon another person, or having another person reliant on me right now. So on the one hand, you want to take care and nurture other people, but on the other hand, you feel as if their emotional, I guess, neediness is really cramping your lifestyle. So I feel like there is this inner struggle regarding what is it that I want at this age, because I feel like a lot of you further down the line, that you want the commitment, you want the stability, and you want the certainty of some type of a stable, interpersonal relationship, either romance or a friendship. But on the other hand, you might not want the responsibilities just at this point. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. I feel that it actually makes you very happy to be, the dependable one in which other people can rely. But possibly just right now in your life, that's probably not the right time just yet. So you're feeling this push and pull, and you don't even know which direction you want to go on. I do feel for others of you who have been single and are dating like either multiple people, I do feel a situation coming through where you are finalizing or solidifying who it is that you want to, really devote your time to, and who it is that you want to be with. I feel for a lot of you, if you're kind of like dating other people, there is one person in the forefront, like who is in the front, on the front burner, and that's the person you are devoting yourself to. And just make sure this situation doesn't get out of hand. Just make sure that you make this decision whether or not to commit to them by the first 2 weeks. Otherwise, I feel like there could be discord within that relationship, like jealousy or discord coming through as a result of you not making your choice soon enough. Okay, so I would say from the 1st to like about the 10th or the 15th or so at the very latest, make up your mind regarding this situation. Okay, I feel like a solution will come to you as a result of the new moon. I believe the new moon is happening the first week of the month. I'm not entirely sure, but it is a very, very potent new moon that can bring in lasting good manifestation, good vibrations, and good energy for you. All right. In terms of like family situation, a lot of you might be dealing with marriage partners as well that are basically, they could potentially be a little bit more demanding. There could be demands from elderly parents about financial assistance. I feel like somebody, you could be visiting somebody, they could be visiting you, but there is some type of a burden associated with this, like demands, and I feel restrictions as well. So don't sign up for things if you're not 100% wholeheartedly invested in it, because I feel like that can create a little bit more of a stifling energy in your own life. And it can also, it's just, there's no point in committing yourself in doing something if your heart is not 100% in it. Okay, you are a water sign, so it's really hard for you to lie to yourself about your own feelings. So if you're not 100% invested, just don't do it. This can be in work, this can be in interpersonal relationship. I do feel some type of obligation as well, like you might have made a promise and you don't really want to be the oath breaker. Like you don't want to break promises, and you don't want to like make promises that you can't keep, and as a result of it, you're sticking to something even though your heart is not in it. So don't put yourself in that situation, and find ways to move away from it. Let me see the other two advice cards coming through. Wow. Okay, so we have 2 sixes here. All right, of gathering, reconciliation, people coming together, past friends, family, relationship. This is a card about abundance and gathering and social outings and things like that. People merging together, having a very, very good time, and celebrating a major milestone in another person's life. This can pertain to graduation, birthdays, holidays, and things like that. But I do feel that it is a light-hearted card. It's not linked up with any heavy emotional experience. And it is also a very, very positive time for you, where contracts are being signed. People are, finalizing contracts and celebrating as a result of it. Okay, this is like the end of a journey, the end of an era, and a job well done. I feel some of you, things are wrapping up too, that will allow you to move on to the next phase in your life. Okay, so I definitely see some type of a celebratory conclusion to some situation here. We do have as well the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles indicates coming into a position of power. This is the traditionally is the power card. It also indicates somebody that who is very, very protective of their finances. But what I feel is like somebody is being very strategic, is being very practical, and as a result of it, they are able to carry out some major project. They're able to like um see it through its major hurdles and to be able to bring it to its final conclusion, the stages of its conclusion. And as a result of it, a lot of the work that you've been doing very, very diligently, it might have been behind the scenes, it might have been very tedious. This is the month in which it starts to end and you are going to get some type of a celebratory conclusion for it. So it looks to me to be very, very positive. On the other hand, what I do feel is there is a minor warning here, and this is going to be for a very small minority of you. When it comes to your finances, keep a rein on it and don't live extravagantly, okay? I do feel finances might be a little bit, I don't feel you're, hitting major, major obstacles, but I do feel that financial outflow needs to be examined, okay? Needs to be closely monitored. And I feel like, water signs are actually very good at managing finances. So what I also feel as well is there is this one little danger here that I have to bring up, and this is going to affect a very small minority of you. I feel that whatever you have built up, whatever you truly value, okay, if you are like in a relationship, for example, where you are um, linked up with another person and there's temptation for you to, if you're in a relationship or if you're married and there is temptation for you to gather up with the opposite gender or whatever gender that you're dating, it can create misunderstandings and it can destabilize the relationship that you want. So be very careful about socializing, on the professional front or just on the friendship front, but basically hold back on the celebratory energies, or at least invite your spouse, your significant other, your girlfriend, boyfriend to come along with you so that it doesn't create jealousy and discord in the relationship. I feel like that's really important. For others of you who are particularly in the real estate business, there are a lot of contracts being signed for this month, and you are like, I see you moving around. I see you showing property, showing people like houses and things like that. If you're in the real estate business, if you're in the development business, like land development, rental properties and things like that, I do sense it is really important for you to keep your, keys, keep documents, and keep everything very, very closely on you. Once the alcohol start flowing, or once you feel like something is a sure thing that you've got it in the bag, I do feel that it might be a premature situation on your end. So keep everything very, very close to you and don't lose track of items, okay? Because I feel like keys, documents, and things like that, if you're in the real estate business. Now, in terms of your client base, we do have here the Eight of Pentacles as well as the Hangman. The Eight of Pentacles is a situation where it can indicate sending out job resumes. It can indicate making something, fixing something, or editing something so that you are distributing something at the end of it. If you are in advertising, for example, and you're trying to make like all the brochures, all the flyers, all the pamphlets uniform, just be very diligent with your work and make sure everything is uniform and that there are no causes for contentions or for like, I guess like disputes coming through as a result. If everything is supposed to be done in a very uniform, in a very almost like tedious but methodical manner, make sure everything is where all the pieces are where they're supposed to be. On top of that, if you are looking for work, I see some people sending out resumes, carving something up, editing their resumes, adding on new projects that they just completed and things like that. So this is a good month for you to actually, edit it and fix those things. And if you are sending them out, I definitely feel new work projects coming through by the end of this month. Okay, so there's a little bit of a waiting period when it comes to the first three, possibly 3 weeks. Okay, what I do feel it is really important for you to really sit and tinker with what information to include, what information to downplay. I feel that is going to be a lot smarter, and it's a better strategy for you rather than, adding everything and having like 5 pages of accomplishments and achievements. Condense them and make them very brief, and highlight the things that you want to stand out specific to the new job that you're applying for, the new school that you're applying for, internship, fellowship, whatever it is that you're applying for. Add in things that are relevant. Okay, so this is the hangman is a card about sacrifice, and it's also a situation where you are uncomfortably waiting on something, so you're stuck in limbo. But the sacrifice aspect of this card indicates to me that there are some things that are better off without, so it is in your best interest to include very brief descriptions of what you want to emphasize about your assets and your skills, and then leave out some things that are just not relevant, rather than printing out, 5, 7 pages in accomplishments and duties that you've done in the past. Now, in terms of your financial situation, we do have here the Five of Pentacles as well as the Princess of Swords. I definitely see this combination as a job interview. This is a situation where two people are coming through, and they're trying to, state their case. And one person is basically like the gatekeeper. So this is highly indicative of, trying to seek out a loan, trying to find a financier, trying to play up all your best assets to potentially a new employee, or trying to get yourself in the door with a new company. I do sense for the first 3 weeks the energy is not supportive of this. And it would be in your best interest to try to wait until the end, or at least for the first 3 months, 3 weeks, take it very, very easily. And if things just don't pan out, don't get discouraged, okay? I feel like you're dealing with more of an abrasive, harsh energy that might not, they might not ask a lot of questions. They might be a little bit more inquisitive. They might want to know the ins and outs. So that means you have to sell them a very, very good talk, and you have to come up with a very good sales pitch in order to convince them. So I do feel that towards the end of this month, the energy will break through, that will allow you to have the outcome that you want when it comes to winning over, persuading a future employer, an investor, a financier, or something like that. For those of you who are thinking about procuring loans for property and things like that, I feel almost as if, like it will come in, but it's going to be the end of the month. And I feel like the money might be a little bit less than you initially expected, okay? But it's still going to be manageable. In terms of your communication, I do feel there is a very, very strong, very, very strong type of a seeing eye to eye with another person, coming to the point where you both are starting to see, okay, these are the areas in our communication as a unit, as a couple, that we're not jiving well with one another. So it is really important for us to try to get to the bottom of it and try to fix it. For others of you, there is a karmic relationship coming through with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And I do feel there that you're hoping for some type of a reconciliation with this air sign. I do feel this air sign might not be receptive to what you have to hear. If this is a romantic relationship partner, a family member, I feel it is strongly indicated that there has been a rift, and you're trying to fix the distance between the two of you. I do feel that innately you both are very, very just dissimilar. So as a result of it, pick your battles and try not to push too hard for the outcome that you want, because I don't feel that they are receptive, okay? They've got their guard down, and they are not in the mood to make concessions, to compromise, and to be very cooperative for this month. Towards the end of the month, the energy softens up significantly for you, so it's best for you to leave this situation alone, come back to it at a later date, okay? So in terms of your communication as well, we do have here the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords once again indicates discussions, some type of truths, information coming to light. And it also is a card that represents like a lot of struggles that brings about victory, okay? This is like a strategic card. It's a card about planning something out and then executing it in the real world. It's linked up with the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles is a situation where we have really invested a lot of time, resources, energy, emotions in a situation, and we're hoping that it would bear fruit. We're hoping that it will, one day flourish so that we can reap the rewards of our hard work. So this is a situation when we are kind of like matching up our expectations and putting in equal work based on what we feel we are going to get out of this situation. What I do feel is that it's saying that you will be victorious. All the hard work that you're putting in is definitely going to pay off. I also feel that this is the month in which, if you've had a relationship with another person for, I feel, 7 years, that is a very, very karmic relationship. If you had a relationship with them for 7 years, 7 months, and there might have been discord, there might have been third party interference, it is really important for you both to come to some type of a conclusion, some type of truths, so that you both can move forward in the same, in the same light. I do feel some type of relationship solidifying this month. I do feel this person is very, very good for you. So if you are the one with many, many options, I do feel you're ready to take a relationship to the next level. Likewise, it can come through from the other person where they are wanting more of a exclusive, union relationship with you. It can also be on the business front as well, where somebody wants you exclusively for their team, and they don't want you to have to divide your time between them and another company and between them and another employer. So they're making something exclusive, okay? So a lot of good things, a lot of hard work paying off, and a lot of news information coming through from your end so that you can decide and move on to the next phase in your life. So I feel like things coming around full circle and a lot of good energies that is supportive for forward movement. In terms of your advice, we do have here the Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Swords. I feel for a lot of you, there is the first interpretation from this cluster here is that there is a significant romantic partner that you were dealing with, okay? This is like a very strong soul connection. And when I say soul connection, I feel like for a lot of you, you know it. And I don't feel this was a rocky relationship. I feel like life circumstances, movement, geography, jobs, and, just having a common life path. These are the things that really interfere with the relationship. There could also be a third party interfering with the relationship as well. I do feel if you are trying to reconnect with this person, I do sense that their energy is very, very cold. They're very aloof. They might be an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. They might be a water sign as well. Let me see here. They might be an air sign. Well, let's see, air sign and earth sign. They might be an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. If it is that soul connection with an air sign, I feel that they are on their way out for good. So I feel like they have moved on. You're going to get this, if you try to reach out to them, you're going to get this gust of cold air blowing back at you, because I feel like they're out of the picture. They're no longer emotionally and mentally invested. I feel like maybe emotionally, but they are not in this situation anymore, and they can't resume this contact, okay? The air sign might have children. You might have children with them, or they with, they with somebody else, but there is a child. I feel like it's somebody that is connected to a child, okay? It could be yours with them, or it could be, their own children from a previous engagement. So I feel like they are on their way out, okay? I do feel that both of you can be friends in the future. I don't feel that situation descended into chaos. So there's definitely still a lot of love, a lot of friendship that can still be had, okay? For others of you who are dealing with this soulmate type of a situation with an earth sign, so this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This is somebody who is very financially stable. In the past, they might have been a little bit of a hoarder when it comes to their finances. They might have they might be a little bit I feel like a little bit stingy. They are just very practical minded people, and they seem to me to be very financially well off, but at the same time they're kind of like me, and they're not very generous with other people is what I'm feeling. I do feel that this person seems to me to be a little bit cold, and I feel that this person might be in a position of authority, okay? I feel they might be also be older than you. So if you're dealing with an earth sign, um, I don't feel this is going to be on a soul level a good match for you. First of all, I feel there's a lot of emphasis placed on finances, on they think that finances or financial stability or money is associated with success, and it's definitely not. And I feel like in the process, for the past 3 months, um, cancers, you have gotten out into the world and you know that there's more to life than just financial success. But I feel that the person that you're dealing with, that you have this very strong soul connection with, whatever sign they might be, they associate money with success. And I feel like from your end, you're kind of snickering at this because you feel like this person is a little bit superficial or shallow. So a lot of you are moving on from this because you feel like, okay, even though we share this very strong soul connection, we don't have very much in common. We don't have like a common philosophical thread that can unite us. So over time, you have basically life circumstances have driven you apart rather than kept you together. I definitely feel some endings happening in relationships that have been very rocky, either coming to terms and reconciling with another person, or relationships, just two people going their separate ways is what I'm feeling. This is a major crossroad type of a decision as well. And I do feel there, if you're seeing like an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, it might bring about an end to this situation, okay? With an air sign, there might be room for reconciliation as friends, but not so much as, rekindling as a romantic partner, okay? So let me see what's in store for you for love. And when I mentioned relationships, karmic relationships are also family members as well. Let's see what's in store for you for love. So we've got the Six of Swords again. So there's definitely some movement happening. Moving from a place of turbulent water to calmer water. So, which is overall very, very good. It indicates travel. It also indicates an end to a separation as well, as moving on from a situation that has caused a lot of discord as well. So I'm going to pull out 5 cards total, and then if I need like clarifications, I will pull additional cards. It makes it a little bit more simple to read. Okay, you've got new love. For a lot of you, it's overcoming past relationship patterns in order to make a situation work out. Okay, and you've got a very, very strong soulmate connection with a new love. Okay, so let's look at this situation here. So let's talk about the middle card here. We have the Six of Swords, which is once again overcoming heartache and sailing on to a new place. A lot of you have left recent relationship partners, or you have like ended a relationship years ago. You haven't healed from it, and this is the month in which you are actively making a conscious decision in order to move from it. And what's coming in is you definitely have a love offer coming through that will allow you to move away from that past energy, okay? The Page of Cups is usually a love offer coming through from another party. This can come from you, but I feel like it's coming in from a third party, mainly because the energy surrounding it indicates to me you're the center of the spread, and I feel that you're moving on either way to something that is more stable and much better for you. Crowning this reading here is the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is something that you're thinking about. You want a lot more harmony. You want a very strong emotional connection with another person. And you want a relationship that is authentic, that is real. You also want somebody that can nurture you emotionally. So all in the past few months, I feel like for a lot of you, finances has been a major obstacle. And you have started, you've gone out in the world and you were trying to make a name for yourself. You were trying to build up that finance. You want more out of life. You want more out of relationship. And you're starting to realize as well that the relationship that is built on financial abundance, financial gain, status, and things like that are just no longer up your alley. So you're moving on to a situation that is more emotionally in tune with your own vibration and your own emotional needs, okay? I do feel that you are the one actively pursuing this. So we do have the Chariot card, which is the card of Cancer, and it indicates like self-discipline, inner struggle, overcoming our inner struggle, having enough self-discipline in order to move a situation along. It also indicates like courageousness, because chariots are traditionally used as a vehicle in warfare. So it's definitely like overcoming that sense of inertia and charging ahead, because now we know what we want on an emotional level. So a lot of you are having major breakthroughs regarding relationships. A lot of you are gaining ground, gaining traction. A lot of you have been dating and you're at a point where I feel that the true relationship partners are going to stick around, okay? What is also linked up with this here is we have the Star card. So first of all, for those of you specifically dealing with air signs, and particularly an Aquarius, okay? So air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, and in particular an Aquarius, because this is the card of Aquarius. I feel that for a lot of you, you might have dated this person in the past, and they might have shown you what you wanted. Everyone has their good and bad qualities. I feel like the relationship or the interaction between you and this person, it was a long rooted relationship, but I feel that through the progression of the relationship, they have shown you, okay, these are the qualities that I'm looking for in a partner, and these are some of the qualities that I am definitely not interested in a prospective partner. So I feel a lot of learning has happened, but I do feel for those of you hoping to reconcile the situation, know that it is reconciliation with an air sign rather than rekindling, because I don't feel that the person is walking in your same life path, in your same direction anymore, okay? So it is best for you to leave this situation behind and move on with something new. What I'm also feeling as well is the foundation here. We have the Nine of Pentacles. A lot of you as well are thinking about the next phase in your life, how to make money, how to, following the trail of the money, moving around to the next destination so that you can secure some type of a financial situation. So on the one hand, you want the relationship, but on the other hand, you feel like your financial situation is not stable enough at this point to really support a relationship partner. And I want you to keep in mind, we have somebody here in your midst, the Six of Cups. This is a soulmate connection. This does not happen, often. It comes through, and I do feel a lot of you are cognizant of the fact that this is a very special bond. You are feeling very happy and very giddy this month. I feel like, you're getting that butterflies in your stomach type of a love sickness, and I feel that the emotions are being reciprocated as well, which is a very beautiful energy. And a lot of you are kind of like wavering. Do I get involved? Because, I might not stay in one place for too long, but I feel like take the first step to incorporate this person into your life, because the universe works in very mysterious ways, and where humans, mortals, can't see a solution, the universe can bring things about and can problem solve and troubleshoot on its own, so that you get the outcome that you want. Because when it comes to soulmate connection, there is some type of a karmic destiny, like a karmic path that you both are meant to walk along together. As a result of it, it is not up to you to, like, question, what is this going to look like 5, 6 months down the line. Just get it started, work as a unit, and finalize some plans in order to stay together. Okay, so I do feel that it's not up to anybody at this point to question what's going to happen down the line. Just go with it, and trust that things will work out in the manner that is best for both parties, for you and the other person. I do feel, I can't really pinpoint exactly the sign that this is coming through as, but I do feel this is a very, very rooted, like a very good soulmate connection. This card has come out twice now, as well as the Six of Swords. So a lot of you are shifting, like there is a major shift in your relationship status, either going from dating to single and then dating again. So I feel like some major shifts happening, and a lot of it has to be just single to now in an exclusive relationship with another person, because they make you feel this sense of like great love, and you feel like this is the person I've been looking for quite some time. And I definitely feel the feelings are being reciprocated from their end as well. Okay, for those of you who are in coupled relationships, I definitely feel a lot of smooth sailing energy. A lot of you are just going to be coasting through life. I do feel romantic gestures coming in from your end in order to show gratitude, appreciation to your relationship partner, which will strengthen the relationship a lot further. I do feel for those of you who are a partner in the past, there might have been some type of a ebb and flow when it comes to your finances that might have stressed you out, that might have brought a little bit of discord within the relationship. This is the month in which everything is getting like smoothed out. Okay, so I don't feel any troubles coming through for those in stable relationships or marriage situation. I do feel travel opportunities are coming through that will allow you to reconnect with another, like a very significant person in your life. For those of you who are dating or who are single, I do feel movement happening from your end, and I do feel like some type of a celebratory energy coming through as a result of it. Okay, so overall, very, very good month in terms of love, Cancers. So take care of yourself. I'll be back here for the mid-month reading, and if you like a private reading, please visit my website where you can back here for the mid-month reading. Take care of yourself and safe travels. Bye bye.